Okay, so with Five Nights at Freddy's 12th anniversary, we got some really big news. We found out that we're actually getting a location in New Jersey that's going to be a permanent, real life Five Nights at Freddy's location. And not only that, but we got a sequel to Security Breach, which I'm not really that excited for, to be honest. But what I'm really excited for is a FNAF World 2. I've been waiting for a sequel to this game for a while because when Scott said that he would take another crack at it, my mind exploded with different ideas. And I like the game a lot. I've played the first one a few times. I actually got it on Steam before it was delisted. And I've played FNAF World Refreshed, and that game is really fun. I actually have a lot of hours in it, and there's so many quality of life things that they add to it that just makes the game better. Like making the levels feel a lot better to explore, making a lot more animatronics accessible, and just overall improving the game in a lot of different ways. And I honestly have the shopkeeper for Endo stuck in my head. But in this video, I wanted to discuss some of the things that I would like to see in the sequel, especially since it's not going to be made by Scott, and hopefully will not be made in Click Team Fusion. But one of the things I want from the sequel is I want some more balanced gameplay. The game is kind of just like, you throw stuff at the wall and you see things happen, and that's fine, but I'd like to see it more refined where there's more strategy instead of just, pressing buttons and having a good team comp like right away and then you just win the fight. Another thing that I would actually like is for there to be an actual 3D overworld, because the way that the first game is, I just do not like that retro style. Reusing those 3D assets kind of makes the overworld look ugly, and a lot of times it's just really confusing on even where you're supposed to go. So hopefully in the second game they're able to make a way better overworld. I mean, FNAF World Refreshed definitely did a better job at making the overworld more explorable and not so cryptic and boring, but hopefully the new direction will have a way better map than the first game. I'd also like to see some better assets. That's coming off the, better overworld, but I would like to see some better assets for the rest of it, because the overworld in the first game really didn't feel like FNAF. It felt more like Scott Games' other games, kind of just like turned into a plasticky world that you explore with FNAF characters. So I would definitely like the game to feel like more of an actual world instead of being so disjointed. I mean, even some of the enemies, although I do like the enemy design, the enemies just feel very out of place, like they don't really belong in the game. I would also like there to be way more animatronics. I want them to include all of the animatronics that they can, that aren't just background, suits that are in the background, but I want them to add everything from the newer games. And I even want them to add more stuff from the older games. Maybe some of the characters that we missed out on from the first game that probably deserve to be in this game. And also things like the Mimic and the Glamrocks and Vanny and all these other characters that we're going to miss out on. And maybe FNAF World could also even get an update where for the second game, when new games come out, we could get new characters that are built into the game, kind of like how the first game got its own updates. I also feel like this game should focus on roster size. That was one of the best things about the first game, is you can pick almost any character from any of the games in the first game. And I'd like to be able to have a sister location mixed with Secret of the Mimic, mixed with Five Nights at Freddy's 3, mixed with FNAF AR. Maybe there can even be FNAF AR things like skins like there were in FNAF World Refreshed. And I know I keep bringing that up, but it's just, that game is so good. There's so many good things in it, and I would love to actually have that in an official game with official skins and a way to even buy them. But the game does need to keep the Scott Cawthon charm. If it goes too far into a different thing, kind of like how Five Laps at Freddy's, I just don't like the way that game is going. The art style just doesn't really feel like Five Nights at Freddy's, and the environments just don't really fit the universe. And I really hope that when this game comes out that the world actually like is cohesive and it feels like it's actually part of the universe. I'd also like the game to feel more like an RPG because the first game kind of did, but it felt like an arcadey RPG, which I do like. But the game needs to lean more into the RPG aspects because all of the stuff that you can equip, like the chips, are cool, but they're just kind of things that happen in the background, and like the armor is literally just like 1, 2, 3, and then you have the best armor in the game. There's not really like an actual RPG kind of system that you can sink your teeth into. It's just like get the best team, you upgrade 1 or 2 things, and then you get the best chips and you know, guys that help you with the battle, and then it's just over. Like you can just annihilate things. So I hope that the game like actually gets to hone in what an actual RPG is. And keep in mind, I'm not just saying this out of nowhere. I have beaten FNAF World 1 twice, and I beat Refreshed only once. I still need to beat it again, but I still know what I'm talking about. But anyways, let me know if you guys are excited for FNAF World 2, and let me know any of the other things that you guys would want to like have in the game, or any other things that you would like to see in the game in the comments. One of my #1 requests, though, is we need to get a Sparky animatronic. He's in the FNAF movie. Maybe we can even get Matt Pat. We can get Matt Pat in the game as a playable character. Maybe.